Mum sells son's game console with a rampant rabbit accidentally in the box. That's the next story. She was clearing out her kids' bedrooms. Remember that? Kids' bedrooms. Came across their Sega Mega Drive. After a couple of sales fell through on Facebook, someone bought it for £25 and sent his mate James to pick it up. James sent her a message saying there was a rabbit jumping about in a sock in the box. She didn't know what he was talking about, but then when the picture came through, she thought, oh my god. Let's have a look at the picture. Right, are you looking at this? I keep leaning out of the frame because I keep leaning in like that and then I'm out of the frame. So, there we go. So, what we have here is obviously the rampant rabbit in the sock. But let's go back and take a closer look at the box, because it said it's an old games console, right? But you probably can't see it here, but this it says clearly on it HDMI, which is only a technology in the last 10 years. So this is not a Sega Mega Drive. And who has an 80s Sega Mega Drive with the box that fucking good condition? So this was bought last year, you know, the remake Sega Mega Drives. Let's have a look what price they are, or were selling for, like 70 quid. So she bought whoever, someone in the house bought a Sega Mega Drive for 70 quid 70 quid last year and sold it for £25. It was my birthday a few days earlier, so I was having a few drinks to celebrate, and I went and grabbed the console from my son's bedroom and put it next to the door ready for James to collect it. I thought it was especially heavy, but just thought it was the manuals. She thought the box was especially heavy because of the paper manuals and not because of maybe the actual game console. I wouldn't have minded, but the rabbit was worth more than what I sold the Sega for. I won it in a competition a few years back, but it normally cost £45. I only sold the Mega Drive for £25. I asked him for it back, but I think he thought I was joking. Not sure I want it now though. I joked that I should set up a GoFundMe for a replacement as it's going to be lonely this Christmas. But let's see, if we go down more. It wasn't even hers, it belonged to her mum. It says, if it wasn't bad enough, the vibrator wasn't even hers, it belonged to her mum. I won it in a competition a few years ago, but it normally costs £45. It wasn't even hers, it was her mum's. What's the story here, like? She's had a laugh about it, which is good, but I'm even more out of pocket though. I'm going to have to buy her a new pair now. A new pair of what? It's a pair? She's out of pocket after selling two things that doesn't belong to her, that she got for free in the first place. And she's out of pocket. She can't remember why she put the rabbit in that box. People have asked why it was in the children's console box, and I honestly have no idea. Right, she can't remember why she put it in the box, even though it was her mother's, and also it was hers that she won in a competition. And yeah, and that's the end of that. Like, none of the story makes any sense. It's not an old games console. It's £70 that she sold for £25. If that was an original Sega Mega Drive from the 80s in a box in that condition, hundreds of pounds she would have sold it for. And she was just like, £25? That seems fine. I'll buy a £70 game 1 year and sell it for £25 when it's not been touched the next year. And that's obviously a good business deal.